Hi guys, this is Tarun, and in this module I'll be talking to you about access modifiers and inheritance. So I'll start with access modifiers. We'll cover this briefly and then we'll move on to our main topic, inheritance. So what is an access modifier? Access modifiers are the keyword in Java that set the visibility range for any data member, method or any class. What it does is that it specifies the scope till which any data member, any method or any class is visible or accessible. There are 4 types of access modifiers in Java: public, protected, private, and one is default, or you can say no access modifier. Public is accessible everywhere inside the same class, inside the package, inside subclass, inside the same package, and any other package. Protected, however, is restricted to only its own package. Default access modifier is limited only till the same class and same package. It cannot be accessed in any other subclass or any other package. Private is the most secure of all these access modifiers, and it is only visible to the same class. It is not accessible anywhere else. So whenever you need your code to be highly secure and you don't want any other package or any other class to access the data members and methods of your class, you can use private keyword for any data member or any method. If you don't understand what same class, same package, subclass, other packages mean, don't worry. I'll cover these access modifiers with the help of example when I do the inheritance example, right? So let's move on to inheritance. What is inheritance? Inheritance is nothing but one class acquiring properties of any other class. The class whose properties are acquired is known as base class or superclass, and the class which acquires the property of base class is known as subclass or derived class. Example, in this case, animal is the base class and dog and cat are the subclass. And inheritance are of 3 types: single, multi-level and hierarchical. Single inheritance is when you have one base class and one derived class. Class A is the base class, class B is the derived class, or you can say class A is the superclass, class B is the subclass. Class B will acquire everything class A has. Second, you have multi-level inheritance. In this you have one base class, this is derived class, and the derived class is actually base class, or you can say superclass to any other subclass. So class A is based to class B, class B is based to class C, and class C is the derived class of class B. In hierarchical inheritance, you have more than one classes which are subclass to any superclass. So these were the types of inheritance. If in any program you have combination of more than one inheritance, it is known as hybrid inheritance. So let's see an example using NetBeans, and then it will be more clear for you. Suppose I've created one class here, class player, and right, this is a class player. I'm using this class as a base class because age and name will be common for every player. Let's include one constructor for providing the age and name. If you don't know anything about constructors, you can see another video in the same playlist. So NetBeans gives us this amazing feature where you can just right click and click on insert code, and you can insert anything: constructor, logger, getter, setter. Right now I want a constructor. I'll click on constructor, and the fields I want to construct, I want a name and an age. So like this dot age refer to the data member of this class age, int age, and this age refers to the argument age. Now suppose I add a new class, new Java class, and let's name it football, right? See, it is inside the same package player, right? And I want this class football to inherit the properties of class player. So the properties of this class will be common for any other class like football or cricket. So simply I can write extends player. In Java, extend keyword means inheriting. So football extends player means I am inheriting from the class player. It will show an error because it wants the age and name of football player to be sent in this constructor. So I'll do that later. So let's give some new data members to this football class. Let's give int goals and string club, right? So I've included these data members for this class football, and let's add a constructor for this class football too. Football. Now we want in parameters the goals and club the football player plays for, but also we want the age and name so that we can send to this constructor player, right? So but I can't initialize the age and name for a football player right here. Why? Because they are not a part of this class football. I have to construct the value of age and name in this constructor. So what I need to do is that I need to call this constructor inside this football constructor. So there is a keyword in Java for this, super. What it will do is that it will call the constructor of its super class. The super class for football is player. So it will call the constructor of class player, and I want to send the values of ag and nm as age and name. So what it will do is that it will send the value ag and nm to this constructor age and name, and then the values of age and name of the class player will be initialized. So I've done this, and I need to initialize the value of goals and club in this constructor itself. So right, see, now the error is gone. And now what we can do is that we can add a method here. Let's say public void display to display the details of the football player, right? So I've displayed the details of this football player. The detail of football player is age, name, goals, club, right? What I need to do is now create an object and call this function display. So where I should do it? Inside the main part. The void main function is inside this class player. So the constructor parameters, I need to send the values of age, name, goals and club. So I can ask user to enter the values of age, name, goals and club, but this time I'm doing it myself. So right, and now if I call the function display, how I'm going to do is object name Ronaldo dot display, right? What happens when I execute this? The details of football player is age 32, name Cristiano, goals 30 and club Madrid. So this was inheritance and single inheritance, right? Why? Because there is one base class, this is the base class or super class, and this is the subclass or derived class. I am deriving the data members of this class, age and name, in this class football, right? Football extends player using the keyword extends. Right, so what I did was that I created a constructor for this class football, and inside this football class I called the constructor of class player because I wanted to give the value of age and name. So I called this using the keyword super, and then provided the values of goals in club, GL and CL, right? So this was single inheritance. Now what would happen if I write private here? Earlier I showed you this image, and private keyword is only accessible inside its own class and no other class, even the subclass. This was the subclass football, and it cannot access the data member age because it was given the access modifier as private. So what we can do to correct this error is I can either give it public or let's say protected. So see, these are inside the same package. See, the error will be gone. These are both inside the same package, and football class is the subclass for this player class. So protected keyword gives access to the subclass, and because it's in the same class, same package also, so there will be no problem. What happened when I didn't give any access modifier? It was default. So even though it was default, it was accessed by this class football because default gives the access to the same package. Right, so this was single inheritance. What would happen if I add one more class here, new Java class, and let's say cricket? So I've created this class cricket, and every cricketer is also a player. So I can write here extends player, right? Once again I gave the data members for this class cricket as a, and then include one constructor. Right, so I have provided the values, the arguments for this constructor cricket. The values ag and nm will send to the constructor of this class player. So what I'm going to do is, with the help of super keyword, I'll send the value of ag and nm to the constructor player. And I create another method with the same name, display. So I printed the details of this cricketer, and what I need to do now is create an object of this class cricketer. So what I can do now is that I can ask the user to enter the details of the cricketer. So I'll need to create a scanner class, scanner sc is equal to new scanner system.in. The scanner class is right now not accessible. So what I can do is that click on this error icon and add import. What it will do is that it will import the package, the scanner package, so that the scanner class is accessible. So now I've entered the details of the cricketer. The above code will ask the user to enter the values, the details of the cricketer. After it's done, what I can do is create an object of the class cricketer. Cricket of, let's say, Kohli is equal to new cricket. And instead of giving the values myself, I can give the values entered by the user, a comma n comma r w and c, and now call the function display. So Kohli dot display, that's how you call the function display. Object name dot function name, right? So now if I execute this, first the details of the football player is printed using this class football, and for the cricketer class it will ask us to enter the values, country he plays for, India. First the details of the football player is printed using this class football, which was inherited by the class player. And for the cricket class, it will ask us to enter the detail. So what I did in this one was I created another class cricketer which extends player. So now there are two classes that are inheriting from the class player. So this type of inheritance is known as hierarchical inheritance. One is the class cricket and one is the class football, inheriting from the class player. So this was all about inheritance. Thank you.